With Daybreak, we said this is a state of the nation where we talk about all matters, politics and everything in between. Let's take a look at what's going on here and talk about the scramble begins for Mount Kenya's 5 million swing votes, they say. For the first time since the onset of multi-party politics in 1992, the wider Mount Kenya region could become the biggest swing vote as President Kenyatta completes his term next year with no clear political heir apparent. And both Governor Mutua and Wanga were in Murang'a the other day. Governor, is that what you were doing in Murang'a, trying to galvanize the 5 million votes?
No, we had a good time in Murang'a. But before we go to Murang'a, if you allow me, because, in these discussions, you need to be creative and random. Today, I brought a book. I brought my book, and it's not for self-promotion.
Okay.
It's also because I really want to talk about it. I don't know the camera person.
Timo is
maybe
there.
you can zoom in here.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I wrote a book. It's called How to Be Rich in Africa and Other Secrets of Survival.
Yeah.
And when I wrote this book, I wrote it because I realized that a lot of people, especially young people in this country, do not really understand how to make money, and that there's nothing that comes for free, because we've got into a culture of handouts, got into a culture where serikali nisaidie. So when I made, How to Be Rich, it's not in print, so you can't buy it right now. I have to reprint one of these days. How to be rich in Africa and Other Secrets of Survival. And I was reading this book, reading it the other day, and I found a section where I talked about President Joe Biden's visit to Kenya when I was vice president. And I talked about how I joined him in State House when he was talking about Vermont. And he was talking about how he was how the state of Vermont is a state that is known for business. And how they were able to use an approach of growing the economy to make sure that everybody in Vermont lives a comfortable life, which is quite telling about now. We didn't know he'd become president one day. But I remember listening to him sitting at State House, room 16. And later on, he came to KICC and he gave a press conference. And he said something that I quote in the book. He said that he talked about a friend of his, and he emphasized on the importance of knowledge, and he said, you have to know how to know. Success in life is you have to know how to know. You have to be smart enough. You have to be creative enough. You have to live life in a way that lazima ujue utajuaje. And unless you know how to know, and I was reading this book and looking at some of the techniques that some of the people who've become rich, and you look at people who've risen up, people like, S.K. Macharia, for example, the owner of Royal Media, where he came from. You look at people like Munga, people like Kamuya of Family Bank. You look at people like Patrick Kwako. You look at Joan Wang. You look at all these entrepreneurs. You look at Wamatangi. We look at ourselves, where we came from. You have to know how to know. And so this is a wake-up call to our Kenyan, especially our young people, that a lot of these things that are being thrown to us, go to the internet, do research, think widely about what is being thrown to you. Think about what is coming, and then think about how to get ahead, and that's the only solution. So I'm happy, and I'm rereading my book, and it's at times I don't even think it's so different than how I thought it would be, because I'm learning new things that I didn't know I knew at that time. From your own book? From my own book, from my own book, which I'll use it for a lot of the things that I'm doing, including even the use of land, the use of budgeting, and all those things that I've been able to apply, because we don't change as human beings. And so I just wanted to put it out there that if you have, the basics is this. If you want to get ahead in life, there's nothing for free. There's nothing for free. You've got to identify the land. You've got to clear the bushes. You've got to till the land. You've got to plant, water, weed, harvest. There's nothing for free in this country. But then you need a country that provides you a system that enables you to do those things. Si ati unaenda kulima shamba na unakuta kuna mtaro, you cannot cross. So this country is full of bureaucracy. It pulls you down as a young people. As young people, we are pulled down. Women are pulled down. Men are pulled down. So we create a country whereby we talk economics and not get excited by a few trips to Murang'a. Now, when that is said and done, we went to Murang'a to talk about artists. Artists in this country are very talented, but they live from their hand to their mouth. One artist talked about in Murang'a that where they live, some of the artists in this country go home late at night ndio wasijulikane wanaishi hapo kwa kitongoji, and they live very early in the morning, so their neighbors don't know they live there, because huku wana flash wako sawa, muziki unadunda, but they are poor. Because we've really not taken advantage of the economics of entertainment, you know, in this country. And so we are there to talk about entertainment. Raila Odinga came because he had been given the work by the president to enable the Skiza tunes to be rearranged in a way that majority or quite a large percentage of the money went to the artist. Other people came. Politics came into play because after all we're in Mount Kenya and we're talking about the future of this country. There was a lot of praise for Mheshimiwa Wanga for the work that she did, and congratulations for the artist. I myself, I played my part. I'm an artist, you know, I'm a filmmaker. I love music, and I invited the artist to come to the White House in Machakos in the next few weeks so we can sit down and talk about money. You know, it's about how to be rich. You don't want to be a star and you're poor. You want to be a star, but you're also rich. So we can talk about it and talk about how we can change our country to improve them. To me, that was it. It was a good meeting. It was a social meeting. We talked about ourselves. We talked about the future, where we are going. And we told people that the journey has started to empower the Kenyans, for Kenyans to understand what the handshake really means.